All right, guys, how y'all doing? We're going to do our first college football podcast today. I have my friend Jabari Cook here. He's a big college football fan as well. So we're going to sit here and talk a little football for a few minutes. We're in downtown Mobile at a little sports bar here. I decided to come in, have some lunch, and we're going to talk some football. So, Jabari, got first 4 questions that we came up with today. The first one we're going to talk about is our Heisman candidates. They asked us our top 5. So, who do you think is going to be the top 5 Heisman candidates coming this season?
In my opinion, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a breakout season this year.
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa. I also think that Kelly Bryant is going to be more relaxed. And Missouri, who's on suspension.
Okay.
It's going to be boys. I think that Swift from Georgia is going to have a breakout season.
I like him.
All right. And I also think that I'm going to have to go with.
Sorry about that, guys. I said sorry about that vehicle going by like that.
Yeah, I know, right? I see that those are my strongest candidates. But honestly, I think that Jalen Hurts is going to win it all.
Okay.
The reason why I say this is because Jalen Hurts, he's going to be relaxed. He has his highs, he has his lows, and he's going to be focused. I think he has more to prove.
Right. He definitely has a lot to prove. I like Jalen. I don't have him in my top 5 candidates. Main reason is that, transferring to Oklahoma, coming from Alabama, he always had a top 2 defense.
Yeah.
That he could kind of, could cut to kind of relax. He's going to be asked to put up a bunch of yards, a bunch of numbers, keep his team in the game, and Oklahoma just really never has a good defense. So, is he going to be able to do what he did for Alabama last year when he stepped in for Tua when Tua got hurt and led them against Georgia? Can he do that every week when teams are game planning against him?
Well, you're going to wins and losses.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to win and loss ratio. See, Heisman candidates goes by the numbers. I think that he's going to still put up a big number. He has great wide receivers around him. That's going to go to the NFL.
Right.
A potent offense, a great running game. Now, as far as defense, yeah, it'll be a seesaw battle in a lot of his games. Mm-hmm. But, I still think he's going to put up the biggest numbers out of everybody that's in college football.
Okay. So now my top 5. I'm going to start from 5 to 1.
Okay.
All right. So at number 5, I think that Jerry Jeudy is going to be probably the top receiver in the country. He's out of Miami. He just possesses all the tools. He's kind of from Amari Cooper to Calvin Ridley. He's like that next great receiver at Alabama. I think he'll be the first receiver taken if he decides to come out of the draft. But there are a lot of good candidates out there. So I got him at number 5. I have Travis Etienne from Clemson at number 4. He's a running back out of Clemson. Put up some great numbers in the second half of last year. He kind of came out of nowhere. But showed that he's a 20 to 25 carry guy, and he'll put up 1,500 rushing yards next year, I believe. Number 3, I have Justin Herbert from Oregon, big arm quarterback. On the West Coast, they really don't. I hate to say, they don't really play a lot of defense out west. That seems like other than USC from time to time, we put up the top defense, but other than that, this kid will throw for 4,000 or 5,000 yards probably. I can see that. He'll be a first-round draft pick as well. Number 2, I have Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback from Clemson. He's just going to get better and better. He's a stud. Kelly Bryant left for one reason. That's because this guy took his spot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
He took his spot.
I can't disagree with you about that. But think about this. Trevor Lawrence came in at an all-time high. He's on the high. He never experienced the lows. Now the sophomore pressure is going to be on him.
Right. Teams are going to be focused on
him.
Right.
People that know about him, just like Tua Tagovailoa last year, coming in as a freshman. Right. Everybody know what to expect. Now people know what to expect out of Trevor Lawrence. Now they have video footage, and now defensive coordinators know how to prepare for him now.
Right. And Clemson lost a lot on defense. They had probably the best defensive line in college football last year.
Exactly.
And they lost all of them. I want to say, I think all of them went the first round.
All of them went first.
So he's going to have to, have to step his game up for sure.
Exactly.
But my number one candidate next year has to be Tua Tagovailoa. He has a ton of weapons. Not only does he have Jerry Jeudy, but he has Smith on the outside. They go about 4 or 5 deep at receiver. They always carry a tight end that can stretch the field. And the running backs, even though they lost a couple, they lost Jacobs and they lost the other running back from 34, Damian Harris.
Yeah.
But they have some other big running backs back there. They keep running backs. That's one of them things where they don't rebuild, they reload. Clemson and Alabama both. They really don't rebuild. They usually just reload on other 5-star athletes and keep it rolling. So those are our top 5 Heisman candidates that we have this year. The next question that we got was who do we think were going to be the surprise team and also a disappointing team from the Power 5 conferences. So that's from your top 5 conferences. I'll go first on this one and then let you follow up on this one.
Go ahead.
My number one disappointment team is actually going to be Oklahoma. I know we're in Mobile, so we have a lot of Jalen Hurts fans. But to me, Oklahoma's defense is usually just not that great, and Jalen Hurts is a different type of quarterback than Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. I think Jalen will put up some great numbers. I think he does have the possibility of being a Heisman Trophy candidate if he steps up. But to me, he's never shown the ability to throw the football as much as Kyler Murray or Baker Mayfield. And if he does, that'll be a welcome surprise. I love to see it. Love to see him going in the draft and do things in the NFL. It's just hard for me to see something different from what I've seen from him, even his freshman year. He did great. All right, how are you? All right. So that's my number one disappointment team. They may still make the playoff, but I just don't think they'll be as good as they've been the past couple of years. And that's kind of ties into my surprising team, which I think is going to be Texas. I think Texas will take advantage. They have a more experienced quarterback. I think his name is Eslinger, I want to say his name is, but that guy's a beast, man. He can run the ball. He's not scared to run the ball. He's not scared to put his head down and take a hit. And he can throw. He has a pretty good arm. I think Lil Jordan, I think he went pro, so they did lose him.
Yeah.
But I think Texas has a lot coming back this year, and I think they will win that division over Oklahoma in the championship. And possibly, if they can keep their losses under 2 or lower, have an opportunity to make the playoff.
Okay. Well, my surprise team is going to be Georgia. I think that Georgia have a lot of weapons around. I think Coach Smart seen Nick Saban so many times that I think this is the year that Georgia will get over the hump and beat Alabama in the SEC championship game.
A lot of people think they should have won last year, but Jalen came.
They'll get over the hump this year and beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. I think that Jake Fromm will be more relaxed this time. He's seen Alabama several times, and this will be Georgia year, in my opinion. Now, my disappointing team, I would have to go with Oklahoma. All that great offense, but no defense. I think that, I have to agree with Chris here that Texas will get them 1 out of 2 times, but I think they hit them with it when it counts, and that's the Big 12 championship game. I still think that Oklahoma will get them in the regular season, but they will face them again in the Big 12 championship game, and they will lose, and that will cost them a slot in the college playoff. And my top 4 pick in the college football playoff, in my opinion, I think that it will be Texas, Michigan, Georgia, and Clemson.
Texas, Michigan, Georgia, Clemson. Can Michigan get over the hump?
Yes.
That's going to be the question.
Yes, Michigan will get over the hump because Michigan will beat Ohio State this year. Okay, they will get over the hump.
Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, I agree with you. I think Michigan will take down Ohio State this year with Ohio State's coach being gone. I do like the quarterback that they got from Georgia. Justin Fields. Fields is good, but I haven't seen him put the ball in the air. I don't know what he's going to do as far as passing the football. He can definitely run, but I just don't know if he's able to come across. He hasn't played that kind of defense that Michigan will put on the field next year. So I do think Michigan will beat Ohio State. But for my college football four, I do have to disagree with you on Georgia. I think Alabama is going to take the SEC again. So now there is a possibility, like a couple of years ago, that Alabama and Georgia make it based on some things, but I don't think that'll happen. But I like Alabama. I like Texas to upset Oklahoma. And then I'm going to take Michigan as well. And Clemson. I think Clemson is going to make it again. Alabama and Clemson have been kind of the staples, of college football the past few years. I don't see that change. I see Alabama and Clemson playing again for the national championship, and I'm going to take Alabama to win the championship this year. I think they'll do a great job of just kind of. Tua will do a better job, and I'll put it like this: Tua has to stay healthy. Tua gets hurt, then it's kind of up for grabs. Although his little brother's the backup, I think this year. They have some talk about. Yeah. So and he's shown, and I saw some his high school highlights. He's bigger than Tua.
Yeah, he is.
And probably doesn't run as good, but he has an arm. I mean, that's a good backup to have. Is you know that he's going to put in the work just like Tua did, and I think he'll be ready just in case. But Tua has to stay healthy for Alabama to win.
Well, I mean, this is the way I see it in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I see that I got Oklahoma and Alabama being outside looking in.
Okay.
Alabama losing the SEC championship game. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma losing the Big 12. But, for rating purposes only, I think that they're going to pat Alabama to play Oklahoma. And the outside looking in game, which will still be the top rated team, game in the nation.
Like the Rose Bowl,
something like that. And that's going to be a real big factor. I think they get a lot of ratings. But in my opinion, I think that Clemson will end up playing against Texas, will probably be number 4. Clemson will be number 1. And Clemson's going to win that game. And I think that Georgia will beat Michigan. I think, in my opinion, it's going to be Clemson versus Georgia in the championship game. I think Georgia's going to beat Clemson. Because what's going to hurt Clemson is that they lost a lot of people on defense.
They did.
And they lost a lot of people on their offensive line. Now, don't get me wrong now. I mean, Clemson is a great team. I've been rolling with Clemson, for a while now. But I think that they lost just too many people. And I think the thing that is going to hurt Alabama, they've been going through a coaching carousel. As far as, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. A lot of people have left Alabama and became head coaches other places. Now, the question is, what are these coaches going to do with all this talent? Because that all falls on the coach. You can have the greatest players, in the nation, but, if your coach is not worth nothing, you're going to lose.
Right.
That's
very true. But that's one of those 3 teams, Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson, I think have the 3 best college football coaches in the country. Saban and Dabo Swinney and Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart, I think when he plays against Alabama, he wants to beat them so bad. He does things that he doesn't normally do. And like I said, I think if he kind of reels that in and just plays football, he will give Alabama a run for their money.
Well, I mean, he gave him a run for the money every year.
He gives him a run, and right, and then something happens. He goes for a fake field goal or a fake punt or something that just kind of gives the game away at the end. And I don't know if Saban is in his head or something like that.
Yeah.
Which could be. I mean, he worked with Saban. I want to say at LSU. I think Kirby Smart was at LSU with Saban was there. I want to say. So he's been his assistant for so long. I think he wants to climb that mountain so bad that he ends up making bad decisions at the end of the football game. And if he doesn't do that, I mean, Georgia's going to have a great team. I know they have DeAndre Swift at running back, and I think I don't know for sure, but I think Elijah Holyfield is still there.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's a beast.
Yeah.
That run. Actually, you know what? He's not there.
Oh, okay.
He's in Carolina, I want to say. I think Carolina Panthers picked him up.
Oh, yeah,
He went undrafted.
Undrafted.
He went undrafted.
So he did.
But so he went undrafted. I just thought about that. I think he's in Carolina. And if he gets on the field, he's not a burner, but I mean, he's like his dad. He's gonna knock you out if you go in, one-on-one with. But Swift is a beast. Swift is a beast. They keep wide receivers. They'll have a team. They're going to be in the SEC championship.
I think Georgia will go undefeated, and based off Alabama's schedule, they're going to go undefeated.
Right.
I don't see anybody stopping Alabama.
And other than those two teams in the SEC, I think LSU would be tough. LSU is always tough.
Yeah.
If they can get a steady quarterback, it seems like that every year they have everything but that quarterback to take them over the top. If they can find a quarterback that can not make mistakes, they'll be great. Honestly, they'll be great. They'll be good. They'll compete with Alabama and Georgia. Also, what do you think about Auburn?
I think Auburn will be a full-loss team. I mean, you have to get rid of Gus. They have to get rid of Gus. I'm sorry. I mean, Auburn have all the talent in the world, but I mean, as long as Gus is the head coach, they're never going to get anywhere. Right. I mean, they'll make it to a respectable bowl game. And I mean, I don't see nothing more than that. But as long as they have Gus, I mean, they'll never make it to the show.
Right.
They'll never make it.
Right. Auburn is usually will give some teams some headaches during the year. But now with Stidham is gone, the starting quarterback, I'm not sure who they brought in. I know they brought in a couple of decent quarterbacks to compete for that starting job. But like you say, I mean, Stidham 2 years ago had a great year. He beat Alabama. And last year he kind of took a step back, but he made a name for himself enough to get drafted. He went to the Patriots, playing with the Patriots now. But who do they bring in? Because he is a pro quarterback.
Yeah.
So if they brought in another quarterback, but it's like they're starting over again. I don't know if they got good quarterback play. It always comes down to quarterback play. It seems like. But if they have a decent quarterback, they may make some noise. But I agree with you. I think they're going to probably lose 3 to 4 games and end up in a good bowl game against Central Florida or somebody like that.
Or UCF
or something like that, and have a hard time because the players, they just don't get up for those games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but Auburn will be decent. Auburn will have a winning team, go to a good bowl game, and unfortunately, I think that's where it will end for them.
Yeah.
So, and then the last question, which is pretty interesting, I think, is your opinion on the transfer portal. Because we have a lot of quarterbacks that have, with this new transfer portal, kids can kind of put their name in. If they want to go to another college, go to another school, they're not getting the playing time they think they deserve, or just want to see what else is out there for them. I think it's good. Personally, I think they should have the ability. I mean, coaches will up and leave and go to another school for a bigger payday or whatever the case may be all the time, and there's no repercussion for that. I think the kids should have a chance to do the same thing. I think the transfer portal is good for them to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. See, in my opinion, out of all the transferring quarterbacks, like I said earlier, the 2 quarterbacks that had the highs and the lows, which was Jalen Hurts and Kelly Bryant. Kelly Bryant, Missouri is on suspension. They can't go to a bowl game. They can't do anything. I mean, he's at the bar, so he has nowhere to go but up. He's going to be one of the most relaxed quarterbacks in the country. Him and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, again, been through the ups and downs. But see, out of Jalen Hurts and Kelly Bryant, I think that Jalen Hurts got more to prove that there is life after Alabama. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna put on the big numbers. In my opinion, I think he's gonna win the Heisman. Jalen Hurts is gonna win the Heisman. I mean, he have NFL talent around him at wide receiver and running back. He's gonna put the numbers. You gotta respect Jalen Hurts. He's gonna scramble for a lot of yards, and he's gonna also throw for a lot of yards. Like I said earlier, it's not about the win-loss column. It's about putting up the big numbers. That's what the Heisman go off of. With the numbers you put up, rushing and passing. And I think that nobody else in the nation is going to top on Jalen Hurts. He's going to be up there. I mean, Tua, I mean, he's going to pass for a lot of yards. Lawrence is going to throw for a lot of yards, and you know Kelly Bryant going to throw for a lot of yards, and might rush for a decent amount of number, but it's not going to be like Jalen Hurts because you know you have a lot of weapons you have to respect around him at Oklahoma. Just the only Oklahoma downfall is no defense, and that's what's going to mess them up. But as far as individually, Jalen Hurts is going to win the Heisman Trophy.
Okay, all right. Hey, that's one of those things. He's not really looked at preseason, but there's always one or two guys that kind of come out of nowhere, put up huge numbers, and kind of gets into that Heisman Trophy race. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that as well. The most interesting quarterback I'm looking at from that transfer portal is Justin Fields, who transferred from Georgia to Ohio State. He was the #1 high school quarterback in the country 2 years ago when he committed to Georgia, but Jake Fromm wasn't happy. Jake Fromm just kept him on the bench. He was a situational goal line quarterback that got a few rushing touchdowns in there, but I haven't seen him put the ball in there. This is going to be his opportunity to make some noise at Ohio State. We'll definitely be able to see what he can do with his arm as well as his legs. He's a totally different quarterback from who they had last year with the Redskins. Now that was first round pick, but he's definitely more athletic. I just need to see what he can what he can do because Ohio State's gonna put the ball in there.
Yeah, you're right. So, they can put the ball in there, but what can hurt him is that Ohio State like to pound the ball a lot too.
They do like to pound the ball,
and they don't. I mean, their wide receivers is not NFL.
Yeah, I want to say 3 of them got drafted. They lost 3 of their best wide receivers.
So that's gonna hurt his numbers as far as passing.
Right.
Now he may rush for a reasonable amount of numbers, but as far as passing wise, that's going to hurt.
Yeah. And they have a new coach, with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer did a great job of playing to his team's strengths and game planning against his opponents. And the new coach now was his assistant last year. When Urban missed a couple of games last year, Dave was the coach that coached them while Urban was out. But he hadn't done it for a full season. Okay. So we're going to see if he can kind of, adjust his game plan based off the team that he's playing that week. With Michigan usually shuts down the run pretty good. So he's going to be forced to put it in the air in that game. And that's where we're going to see if Michigan can finally get that win, that win over Ohio State. That's the one thing, Jim Harbaugh was brought in to beat Ohio State and get to the Final Four. He hadn't done either one of them yet. So at some point he's got to, got to come through and knock out Ohio State and at least get them to the playoffs.
Well, I see them getting over that hump.
Yeah,
I see them definitely getting over the hump. And a lot of Alabama fans might not like this, but I think that you guys be outside looking in.
Yeah.
Clemson, even my team, I don't even have them winning the championship this year.
That's big for you, man.
Yeah.
I like that because I know last year it was Clemson. It was Clemson all day. You got your Clemson your Clemson suit and everything. I got you. So that was shot. I knew you were going to just pick Clemson out of pure fandom, and I'm glad you did.
No. I don't think Clemson will win at all. I think Georgia's going to be that shocker team this year.
Okay.
To me, in my opinion, the most well-balanced team. They still got the same old coaching staff. Of course, the same Kirby Smart, and what scares me about Alabama, and a lot of people might think that Alabama has a great team, is that too much culture change. That's going to mess up the chemistry of the team.
Right. But they go through that. Alabama goes through that every year. They lose 2 or 3 coordinators, and Saban does a good job replacing those coaches, which I think he'll do again, and he'll do it again next year and the year after that because they. Because of who Alabama is, teams want those coordinators, to compete against Alabama. And Saban always just kind of reloads coaches just like he reloads players. So I don't really see that being, which I think guys love because they know they're going to get opportunities somewhere else in a couple of years and they win for Alabama. So as long as Saban is there, Saban is going to make sure that he puts those kids in the best position and put the coaches in the best position to succeed as well. And that's why I think Alabama is just, if it's Alabama against the field, I just think Alabama just has that superior coaching, and I think they're going to end up taking it again next year. And I think Tua will get that Heisman, which I think he was probably leading last year all the way up until he got hurt. You know, in a couple of games before the national championship, and Kyler Murray just kind of came. Well, he did it all year as well, but that's where he kind of passed to last year in those last 2 or 3 games of the year, and ended up winning the Heisman. But I, you know, with Oklahoma, I do wish all the best with Jalen, man. He came in as a freshman and earned that starting job at Alabama, and I root for him just for being the kid that he is. You know, he's a positive, he's a good role model for the kids. I love him, but just I got to see him put that ball in the air a little bit more. He has to prove to me that he can do it with his arm as well as his feet. I know he's gonna do it with his feet. That's never an issue. He's a running back when he gets out of the pocket. But I got to see him put that. You know, in Oklahoma is wants to put the ball in the air 30, 40 times.
Yeah, they're gonna put the ball in the air. And the reason why I mentioned about Jalen Hurts is because I mean it's gonna be like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, you got you got 2 wide receivers. You got to respect. You got a running game. You have to respect.
Right.
A lot of receivers going to be open all day long.
Now they lost their best wide receiver.
Yeah.
To the Marquise Brown, Hollywood.
Think about this. They're playing in the Big 12.
That's just
not that tough.
Right. That's true.
It's not going to be tough at all.
That's true.
So I mean, with that being said, he's going to put up big numbers.
Right. I think so. I think he'll put up big numbers, and I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
But we have to be subjective and just give our real opinion. So that a lot of, you know, we probably going to be broadcast to a lot of Jalen Hurts fans.
Oh yeah.
So I had to, you know, be honest with you. I love him. I just don't think it's going to be tough. I think Texas is going to bite him and get into that final playoff spot.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think that Texas will bite him.
Yeah.
Still don't stop the fact that Jalen Hurts is going to go with big numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of Heisman, you know, trophy winners, they didn't go to the championship game.
That's true.
But they didn't make it to the playoffs.
That's true.
You know?
Very true. Yes, sir. All right. Well, man, this has been fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, this has been fun, guys. We're going to do this very often. We're going to go to different spots and we're going to talk to different people. Hopefully we'll have more guests on here and just talk college football all year. And we appreciate it. I'm going to put my email address on the when I post this. I'm going to put the email address on there, and we're going to share it everywhere, and you guys share it as well. We just love to talk football, man. We're just going to keep doing this all year round, and we look forward to doing it again sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to join in and voice your opinion, you're more than welcome to.
Right. Just send questions to the email address for now. Eventually, we're going to go live and do some live things, and hopefully talk to you guys live on Facebook. So we're going to be looking forward to that, and we're just going to blow this thing up, man. We're going to keep going and see what we can do with this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man.
All right.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Right.
We're going to get out this rain because it's starting to rain on us here.
Yeah.
But y'all have a good one.